and we have...
My name is Nick Gilly, and I played Danny Johnson, who was a sailor in Anna Lucasta. What I liked about the role is Danny's complex in the sense that Danny is a sailor, a black sailor in 1940, and the sailors in 1940 were all messmen. They were all cooks and servants in the Navy. And so, you know, Danny is a hard worker. He's a working man, but Danny knows that he's never going to be fully accepted in the society that he lives in. So Danny has a lot of frustration because of that, righteous frustration, and identify with that, and I like that. But it also prevented Danny's own frustration, prevented him from fully committing to his own life in terms of asking Anna to marry him. And I understand that that's a particular condition of black men in the United States, so I enjoyed playing that.
Got the same words are being used. Does that represent a great play?
Yeah, I think, well, the emotions are human, and so, you know, when humanity has not changed, fortunately and unfortunately, in several thousand years, so the emotions are still relatable, you know, and I think what's underneath the language and a lot of the words remains the same in the black culture, because there's a use of the English language as our own, and there's a sense of attacking the English language even as you're speaking it. So there's a sense of resentment and anger towards the English language even as you're using it, and I don't think that's changed in black culture, and so yeah, that stayed the same.
Let's talk about the impact and the relationship with the director.
You know, Ben is, I mean, you know, I guess the way he sees it, or the way he seemed to see it, is he hires who he wants for the role, and then he just sort of like just lets you do whatever the hell you're gonna do, and then he tells you where to stand. Do you know what I mean? And so I think he has a lot of trust for the actors that he hires. He's an actor himself, and so you know, he gives you space, and that's nice.
There was a lot of activity.
Yeah. Well, I like that. I like that a lot. I like I'm physical. I like, you know, I like getting grabbed and grabbing, and I like all that, you know.
But you picked the right guy.
Yeah. But you know, the thing that I tried to do backstage is I tried to always keep my motor going. So I just did whatever I had to do to always keep my motor going. And then what I like to do is I like to get into a certain emotional frame of reference, and then just let the words right on top of that, just surf it, and not get too much into like how I'm standing and how I'm holding my friggin' hands. You know, I just like to surf the emotion. Artists are people, and other actors and the other people that worked with the play are people who they want to add love into the world, and they want to add love and joy into the lives of others, and that's much better than other kinds of people that want to have power over others and harm others. And so, you know, being able to spend time in the company of people who want to add joy to the world is pretty cool.
Well, your name one more time?
My name is Nick Gilly.
Then you can invite her.
Okay. Tanya, this gentleman would like to speak with you.
I'm just teasing, it's fine. As an actor, I'm tempted to just watch myself instead of actually answer the questions. Okay. Yes, my name is Tanya Lane, and I play Katie Lucasta, who is the hope and the joy through the play. I find that she is the moral high ground, the sort of person who believes that love wins out in the end at all costs, and that it's the only reason we get up in the morning, which really helps for me, because I feel that way myself.
It's the last night.
It is the last night.
What do you take away from this play in that role, as far as your own development?
Right. I'm a firm believer that when an actor always comes upon a role that is fit for their actual life, I believe that whatever you can't do in life, you can't do on stage. And for me, I'm recently engaged, and being a part of the show and being able to play somebody who feels so loving and so open and so welcoming to everybody, but yet still has a thorough, strong core of who she is, has been been an amazing journey to remind myself in my own life about those qualities, that everybody gets to have a little bit of those things. And that's kind of the beauty of the play, is like each character has a little bit of a quality that sort of encompasses an entire human being. I think that's part of why people really love this particular script and this particular play, because somebody somewhere can hear something that they need to hear, and that's the beauty of theater. It's why I do it. It's why I love being an actor and being a storyteller.
Tell us a little bit about the relationship with the director.
Well, Ben is amazing. I moved from Chicago about 4 years ago, and I was told that Ben Guillory's class would be the class I'd want to get into if I really wanted to just work on my craft and be able to practice that. I got into the class about 3 years ago, and working with Ben has been amazing. I've done other projects with him. He's very open to just letting actors be and not get in there and have to control things. He waits to see what you bring to the table. Now you got to bring something to the table. You can't just be, But once you do, he really helps you just let you grow and mold what you've already brought with you. Robey Theatre, I'm going to get a little weepy about this, but it's so important to me, and it's so vital to me to have a theater company that tells our stories, that is for us, by us, and about us, because there isn't enough of that. And we can't survive without it. We as a community cannot connect and love and find joy without having our stories told, seeing them and witnessing them by ourselves. And I am so forever grateful to Robey for that. I'm a little sentimental.
This is where you say, thank you so much.
And thank you so much.
No, without my talk.
And thank you so much.
Is the red light on?
Yes.
So, who are we speaking with this time?
Hi, good evening. I'm Talmadge Talib, and I played Eddie in Anna Lucasta. And Eddie is the guy that really tries to turn her all the way out, and he doesn't succeed. Essentially, Anna is basically on a survival mode, and she's not ready to go all the way into the life, and he's trying to recruit her into the life fully. So I guess the moral of the story is she's not all the way corrupted. It seems that her family trying to use her for the money was more corrupted than she was, and that's what it seemed like the play proved her out to be much, much more virtuous in the end than her family members.
Now, the role you played, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's always enjoyable playing the bad guy. He's considered the bad guy, and yeah, he's the bad influence. He's the one trying to get her all the way to the bad side. Although, it's hard to tell in many of these scenes in this play who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. That Anna's mama always says she's good. And it seems that she, throughout the play, proved that she was truly the good one, just probably led astray through the need to survive. Yeah. And we all can identify with that.
So now that it is the last night, what do you take away with you from this play, professionally?
Professionally, I take away
or spiritually.
Well, professionally, I take away the pleasure of working with a very, very adequate and very proficient cast, and being able to work with Ben in the Robey Theatre, as I've studied with Ben for a few years. Being able to be in a play with the Robey Theatre is an honor, and that's why I'm here. I believe in what Ben and Robey stands for. I believe that we need to have more black entertainment that is done by us, for us, so that we can have an effect on the images that are, being proliferated around the world about black people. So that's why I'm here. I take away good feelings of being in a successful production, and hopefully I'll be back soon in another performance with Robey.
All right, and in closing, just your name was?
Again, I'm Talmadge Talib. In closing, I'll say, enjoy this play and any and every other that comes from Robey Theatre, please, we have to support our own projects. Thank you.
I'm sorry, could I get that laugh again?
My name is Jennifer Sammons. I played the role of Blanche, Lady of the Evening. Yeah. She was a really fun character. I loved her. I embraced her. I came to embrace her. I did this play, Anna Lucasta, in 2005, and at that time I played the role of Katie, Anna Lucasta's sister-in-law. This time around, Ben offered me the role of Blanche, and I thank him so much for that he trusted me with that role. He gave me the opportunity to bring Blanche to life. Ben Guillory, our fearless director, our fearless leader and director, and this was his vision. He had a beautiful vision. He put together a beautiful cast. We are an ensemble. We became a family. Everyone is sad to see this come to an end, really. I think that if we were on Broadway, we could go on and on with this. I think everybody would be on board with it.
So you're really saying that the entire cast was on point?
Yes. Yes.
Because there was a lot of interaction.
It was a huge cast, and we were an ensemble. There were no divos or divos. We were an ensemble, and this is a time period piece, 1940s, and I love that. I always loved doing a time period piece. I love going back in time, the way the women dressed, the way they wore their hair. It's just just really a beautiful time, and for the country, because we were at war. You saw the play. You noticed the bartender Nord was always talking about the war, and so yeah.
I love that bartender.
Yes.
All right, so any closing thoughts this year in the final night?
Oh, wow. I don't want to cry, but...
Is it like that?
Yeah, it really is. We have become like a family. All the ladies are in one dressing room, and we've become like a family. It's been a beautiful experience. I thank God. I thank God for this opportunity. I thank Ben Guillory for this opportunity. I thank him for believing in me as an actress and trusting me with Blanche. And it was an honor and a privilege to bring Blanche to life every night, to breathe life into her every night. And I hope I did her justice in getting her story told. My name is Jennifer Sammons, and I thank you so much for this opportunity to share these insights with you of Anna Lucasta, 2012, directed by Ben Guillory, written by Philip Yordan. Many years ago, he wrote these words on the page that are still blessing us and employing actors to this day. So God bless all the writers for their vision. Employ people for years and years and years. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Is that better? I'm going to try to stand a little taller.
Excellent.
Okay, this is Carl Crudup. And go ahead, Carl, tell them what role you played in Anna Lucasta.
I played the role of Noah, the bartender in Anna Lucasta. Well, Noah was, he was a people's person. But Noah came to New York to become a blues singer. And he worked part-time in a bar till he got his break. But 30 years later, he still ain't got his break. Noah thinks he's a blues singer, but he can't sing. And he can't play the guitar, but he's still waiting on bars. So he feels for people who come in there trying to make it. So he relates to Anna, trying to, do what she got to do to become something. Because I'm really doing the same thing. I'm tending bar to become what I want to become, and she's turning tricks to become what she wants to become. She finally gets her break, and I'm able to help her get her break and see someone have success while I'm still stuck in the bar. But it is my bar now.
Yeah, that's good. Businessman.
It's interesting. So the theme is always keep your day job.
Keep your day job. if you want to eat.
Especially if you're an actor.
Right. Well, see, Noah is basically from Mississippi. He came from there with Muddy Waters and all these people down there. And he thought Muddy Waters and they had taken over Chicago, so he thought he was going to take over New York. But evidently New York is not a blues town, it's a jazz town. And he ended up singing the blues in a jazz bar with one customer there.
Oh.
So eventually he had to just ask for a job in the jazz bar, and that's where he learned how to bartend at.
You know, I love that, but I saw the play and that wasn't in it. Where do you get that info?
Well, I did my research. I did my research, yes. I always write a background for the actors I play, so I'll know what I'm talking about. I just don't get up there and say the lines, you know. I write them a whole story when they were born, who they ran with, who their girlfriends were. So
his inner monologue.
Yes.
So now you can introduce us to the young, beautiful ladies standing there. That can't be the mama.
Well,
is that the mama?
Baby.
This is Mrs. Sidney Wayne.
Sidney Wayne Davis.
And she's one of the prolific actresses in America today. I have worked with great actors. I have worked with Ruby Dee, Roxy Roker, Rosalind Cash, Frances Foster when I was a child. And I'm telling you, she holds pace with all of them.
Oh, so in love with Rosalind Cash. Okay.
Yes, me and Rosalind did, we did The Monkey Hustle together, the film. We did Ceremonies of Dark Old Men together with the Negro Ensemble in Philadelphia in 1971. And I did First Breeze of Summer and with Frances Foster and Moses Gunn them. And I did Sounds of the City with Robert Guillaume, Bobby Hicks, Ruby Dee. And I was a child at their knee, and that's why I really learned my professionalism there.
I thought you were introducing me, babe.
Oh.
Thank you. What's my name again? Tell them my name.
Sidney Wayne Davis, I'm going to let her elucidate about her own self, because I think she's better at it.
I love you, Carl. Yes, I'm Sidney Wayne Davis, and I played Teresa Lucasta, the mother in the play Anna Lucasta. And everything I know about acting, I learned from one man, and that's Ben Guillory from the Robey Theatre Company. I'm professionally a singer by trade for the last 30 years. I've been touring the world with wonderful artists like Marvin Gaye and Ray Charles. There's a Ray, but I didn't let Ray. But I learned a lot from that man. Barry White, Diana Ross, and others. But when I started writing as a playwright, I knew that if I wanted to even star in one of my own plays, I wanted to be good at it. And so I wanted to work on my acting craft. So I sought out Ben Guillory, who I had worked with years ago. And I've been in his advanced scene workshop for several years. And that's where I've learned my craft. I thank God that he cast me in this play and I got a chance to work with all these wonderful people like Carl Crudup, who is a seasoned professional, and young Ashley Olivia, who's taught me so much about the craft. Beautiful people in this cast, Tanya Lane, we worked together, Dwayne Perry, Sammy Wayne, all working through each other, Robert Clements, you know, so my character is a mother. Now, I'm a single woman, but I thank God that through this portraying this character, I've had opportunity to have very organic and real feelings as a mother. You know, a mother praying for her child, wanting the best for her children. And this wonderful role has given me an opportunity to dig deep and stir up emotions that can only happen in theater. So I just thank God for this wonderful play, this wonderful opportunity, and the Robey. Thank you.
All right, so at this point, just introduce yourselves again and say good night.
Yes.
I'm Carl Crudup, and this is Sidney Wayne Davis.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night. Mwah.
Okay, so here we are once again interviewing actors from Anna Lucasta. Welcome to marvelous looking couple. Thank you very much. To introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Alvina Carroll, and I played in Stella, the sister.
And I'm Kim Saunders. I play the role of Stanley, her brother.
So let's talk a little bit. Oh, but in reality, you are
Husband and wife.
Yes, we are.
Yay!
Yeah.
Happily married.
Yes.
Newlyweds. 3 months.
Newlyweds?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 months.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your role what you thought about that character.
Well, I love the role of Stella. It's nothing like who I am. I'm a nice person, but Stella, she has a little anger built up in her that needs to
Maybe
get
because
out.
her mama ignores her. No.
Yes, her whole family, actually. So it was a very fun character to play, you know, to get that out. But I just truly enjoyed working with this cast. It was a great cast, and it was a blessing to work with them.
Is it like a new extended family now?
It truly was. It truly is, and we're going to stay connected. Yes.
Introduce this next gentleman right here.
This is my husband, but he plays my brother, Stanley.
Yeah. I'm Kim Saunders. I play the role of Stanley, her brother. I gotta say, it was just a refreshing experience because the cast itself, everybody they were just really beautiful to work with, very giving.
Yes.
Very giving, and it was refreshing to see a story about people who had some of the exact same experiences that everybody goes through, and just to show it from an African American perspective was just kind of icing on the cake. You know, I enjoyed playing on stage with my wife because we met doing theater about maybe 6 years ago, and got married about 3 months ago, and now we're back full circle doing a play together. So it's been a real good time. Real good time.
This play was set in the 40s. What are you seeing or do you see a connection between now and then in the black community?
The love for the church. You know, even though they had their own way of talking to each other, there was a spiritual component that was there. There was a strong sense of family that was there. And the African American community has always been known for having a strong connection to the church and a strong connection to family.
Now that it's over, what do you both take away from it? What will you take away spiritually and professionally?
Well, just that you can work with your people and have a good time, be professional, and love one another and get the job done. And that's what I take away from it. It was no drama, it was no divas, it was just people working together, loving the art.
You're the third person to say there was no diva thing.
It wasn't. Women can work together and enjoy each other and love on each other, and that's what we did.
I think I took from it that theater is a very spiritual thing. The arts can actually change lives. And every human being that was a part of the audience got a chance to go on a spiritual journey with us. And I just see the value of theater like I see the value of church. You can actually enhance and save lives.
And Mr. Ben Guillory?
Incredible. Incredible from beginning to end. He's a beautiful soul, a very intelligent man, a very committed man. A very giving soul.
Very giving. Yeah.
I learned so much from him.
Such a blessing to work with him.
Yeah.
So in closing, introduce yourselves one more time, and we can close with a hug, right?
Yes.
We can.
Well, I'm Alvina Carroll Saunders, and this is my husband, Kim Saunders, and we play Stella and Stanley.
Brother and sister. Sister and brother.
Yes.
Hold it, let me get that kiss.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
So here's the star of the show.
Ashley Olivia.
So Ashley, tell us a little bit about the role you played. I interviewed you before, but this is closing night.
Well, the role was a lot of fun in the closing night aspects. I just went all in this time, like all in with the sex, all in with the sadness, all in with the craze, drunkenness. Just the closing night is for you to delve deep and just give it your all. And I feel like that's what we all did on that stage tonight. And I'm not sad yet, but I imagine it'll hit me later. It's a really fun, just energetic play, so it's hard to be like sad right now, but yeah. Also, I want to introduce Robert Clemens. He played my pa, my crazy pa.
Well, I can't only be crazy because my daughter is crazy. I didn't drive her today. She born that way.
No, but you bore me.
I did?
Well, you didn't bore me, but you helped.
Oh, you sure?
he had a hand in it.
You know, Stella might not be my daughter.
Oh, you
know that Otis Slocum guy, he was just all over the town.
Ma loved Otis.
Ma loved Otis.
She did.
Yeah, Ma remembers Otis. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I don't know. Well, I know I'm your daughter.
Okay, yes, that's true. This is my one and only daughter.
Tonight, but I see you guys are going to take this with you, professionally, spiritually. What do you take away from this show?
Well, you see, I don't have any kids, but if I had one, it would be Anna, Ashley, Olivia, and so I got to feel I didn't start out like that, but I ended up having great feelings for her, and hopefully it was portrayed that she was the idol of my eye at one point in time, and that's what I wanted to convey.
Yay! Oh.
Now, 3 different people interviewed separately all said there was no diva. Now, you were the star, but they're saying you didn't act like a diva.
I just came here to act and do the job.
It's important to the others that you gave room and.
I bet. I mean, if you're the title lead, I could imagine how that could play out in some other actresses' lives, but I'm not.
But this was the ultimate ensemble cast.
It was very ensemble.
And,
everybody's talking about
top to bottom, it was ensemble, and that's a glorious thing because it doesn't happen too much in Hollywood.
You know what I mean now? A breakdown. What does ensemble mean? Just so I'm sure.
Ensemble means there are no divas. Everybody is a diva or nobody is a diva.
Right.
It's like the whole, just one group.
I feel like we all had that.
Everybody had something in there, a piece. Everybody had a piece of something in there, even the smallest role from Eddie, who comes on, even he had a nice chunk.
I studied in Chicago, and my fear coming back home to LA was that I wouldn't have a place to be artistic and to be professional at the same time and to be black at the same time. And like Robey is like the epitome of that. This is the place to be if you really want to just do some serious theater and you want to just be real about it. You should come here first.
And I've been in Robey Theatre Company since 2001 with the Haitian trilogy about the Haitian Revolution.
I heard about that. Woo! Wow.
That's the deepest thing. Haitian Revolution. 3 plays about it. And professional. We're talking about we don't get paid professionally, but we get a professional production.
Yeah.
Production values are top-notch. Top. And you look around LA, this is the top of the heap to that.
Yeah.
So
that now, the noun is the Robey Theatre Company.
This is the Robey Theatre Company, and everything it stands for.
You're not crying, are you?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's easy because this is the last play of this particular era. And it's a sad thing. It's sad, that this happens, that we have to close something after this work. So there's some emotion involved.
Okay, just introduce yourselves and say thank you very much.
I'm Ashley Olivia, and thank you.
Robert Tathan Clements, and I'll be back. Thank you.
All right, I think that's it. Yeah? Anything else, Blaze?
Oh, no, I love it. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.